Should Manchester United sign Napoli's Nigerian goal scorer Victor Osimhen this summer? In this video, I'm going to be analyzing a player who I believe is one of the best players currently in Europe. We're going to be looking at some data. We're going to be analyzing some footage. This video is going to be filled with interesting content, so please make sure to watch it till the end. And if you do enjoy it, please make sure to give it the thumbs up. Please make sure to share it with your friends and fellow Manchester United fans on social media. And of course, hit that notification bell button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And there's going to be a lot of videos like this one. Without any further ado, let's analyze. Okay, so let's see what these numbers reveal about Osimhen and the type of player he is. So I'm comparing him to the likes of Haaland, Kane, Rashford, and Martinez, just adding a little bit of variety, different strikers with different styles. So as you can see, he's doing very well because he ranks second in terms of goals. What's also noteworthy though is that he has played less minutes than everyone else. And this is exclusively just about minutes played in the league, okay? So he's played far less than, for example, Harry Kane, who has literally played around 600 more minutes, right? So that's a big difference. So in terms of goals, he's second with 21 goals. However, when you remove penalty kicks, for example, Erling Haaland has scored 5 while Harry Kane has scored 3, you realize that Osimhen is with 20 goals and with only 2 less than Haaland, who has played around 200 minutes more. I expect Osimhen could score 3 or 4 goals in 200 minutes. So literally, this just shows what a great season Osimhen is having. Without taking any penalties, he's able to score 21 goals in Serie A. That's actually quite impressive. But let's look at more stats. Let's dig a little deeper. Now, you also can see here how Osimhen has more shots. He's actually got more shots per 90, and he's also topping the charts when it comes to shots on target per 90. So not only does he shoot more often than the others, he also challenges the keeper much more often than the others. What's also interesting about this is that if you look at the distance, the average shot distance, you realize that him and Erling Haaland actually shoot at an average of about 12 yards, while the others are all 15 yards and above, right? What this shows is similarities between the tactical systems of Spalletti at Napoli and Guardiola at Manchester City. Both of them actually require different things from their strikers than the likes of Erik Ten Hag, for example, or Conte with Kane and Rashford at Manchester United and Spurs. And this is a very, very important detail, because when it comes to strikers, I also like to look at their touches, right, over here. So as you can see, when it comes to touches, again, Osimhen and Haaland rank literally last in terms of how often they touch the ball. However, when we look at their touches in the attacking penalty area, in the opposition's box, what we realize that they are first, with Osimhen, of course, touching the ball more often than anybody else every 90 minutes. What this does is that it shows us how Osimhen, the type of player that he is. He's a player who does not get involved in the build-up play. He and his manager are not interested in having him being involved in the build-up play. We don't care about Osimhen touching the ball in our own half. We don't care about Osimhen touching the ball in the middle of the park. We don't care about Osimhen touching the ball in the wide areas. We want Victor Osimhen to touch the ball in the attacking penalty box. He is a goal poacher. And so because of this, because of the system that he has at Napoli, as well as his own tendencies, he finds himself with the ball at his feet or targeted towards his head inside the box much more often than anybody else. Hence, he's able to maximize his goal scoring potential. Now, this data is very interesting. It reveals a lot about the type of role that he plays for Napoli. But now let's see how this data translates into the real life by analyzing and looking at some footage from actual games. All right, so let's look at some of Osimhen's highlights. Now, this segment right here is gonna be focused on off-the-ball movement, anticipation, reading of the game, because to me, that is very important for a striker. It's the entry level. I don't care how fast you are, how skillful you are. If you're a striker and you cannot read the game, you cannot move without the ball, then you cannot be an effective goal scorer. It's like maths for an engineer, right? So here we're gonna see how good Osimhen's off-the-ball movement is. So this was in the Champions League tie between Napoli and Frankfurt. So this action did not really come to fruition, but here, as you can see, first of all, Osimhen is coming from an offside position, and he's going to position himself in and around the center backs. Okay, he's not going wide, he's not coming in deep, he doesn't care about that. He wants to be here because this is where the goals happen. The ball comes towards Kvaratskhelia, so here Osimhen is watching Kvaratskhelia to see what's going to happen, and he's pinning the center back over here. The defensive line cannot go up because Osimhen is there. It's too dangerous. So anyway, Kvaratskhelia now is going wide towards the right-hand side. Now Osimhen is moving towards the left-hand side, towards this far post over here, in this space between the center back and the right back. Now, of course, the other center back comes in to cover the space, but it doesn't matter because Osimhen right now is already in a good position. As you can see, he's asking for the ball because he knows that he's in a good position and his teammates know this. Pass into the half spaces, beautiful. Osimhen is making the run. No way is this defender catching him now. You know, when you have a striker like Osimhen behind you, you cannot see where he's going. It's very hard to defend against. Beautiful goal for Napoli. It seems easy, but it's not. Let's look at another one. This was against Sassuolo in Serie A. Again, Kvaratskhelia, a constant. His partnership with Osimhen is amazing. Again, on the right-hand side. Now, Osimhen, as you can see, he's covered by this center-back over here. The passing lane is not clear. If Kvaratskhelia goes towards here, the goalkeeper is going to catch it. If he goes here, the defender is going to clear it. So what happens is, look at Osimhen. One ballerina jump to the right, and then now Kvaratskhelia can find him, and then easy. This looks easy. A lot of people look at this. You know, it's the same thing with Ronaldo. They were calling him, you know, Penaldo and, you know, the tap-in kings. People don't understand how difficult it is because it's all about the movement. You have to make a decision in a split second, and you have to anticipate your teammates' move as well as the moves of the defenders who are constricting the space you have to operate in. Beautiful, world class. Now this is, again, against Juventus, a game where Napoli beat Juventus 5-1. That was an amazing game, by the way. And again, Kvaratskhelia here gets the ball. Osimhen here doesn't seem that threatening, does he? Look, he's just chilling. He doesn't seem threatening, but look at them. He's so threatening. Kvaratskhelia again gets the ball. Look at Osimhen. He sees that he has the ball. He's going to make the run. Where does he make it? Beautiful sprint, explosive, fast, in between the defenders over here into the far post. That's the best move that any striker makes. That's the best run you can make in these kind of situations. Beautiful ball. And then what do you know? Goal. Amazing. Okay. Now, Osimhen is not only able to score goals because of his off-the-ball movement, he can also score some really, really beautiful, difficult to pull off kind of goals. Like this goal against AS Roma. As you can see, Chris Smalling, our very own Chris Smalling, is over here. Osimhen is going to score a goal that I don't think we currently have at Manchester United, a player who's able to score goals like this. This is a Van Nistelrooy type of goal. Let's see. Again, he's trying to push the defender over here, trying to make space for himself. Look how physical he is. Goes for the ball. He has half a yard, and that's enough for a player like Osimhen. Kvaratskhelia goes in. Look what he does. Control with his chest. Compose himself. Another oriented control with his thigh. And then, oh, look at this finish. Into the roof of the net. Amazing, amazing, amazing goal. And like I said, we don't have anyone in the current Manchester United squad who can score a goal like that. Here's another one. Beautiful goal against Sassuolo. He loves scoring against Sassuolo this season. Through ball towards Osimhen. He's holding off two center backs over here. So he's showing strength, pace, composure. And then he's going to move towards his right foot. And then beautiful, venomous strike, finish into the near post right here. The goalkeeper was not positioned properly. But again, this is the kind of goal that I think Rashford can strike the ball like this. But Rashford does not have that balance to hold off strong center backs. Osimhen does. Weghorst does have that strength, but he's not as fast, and his finishing is not as good. Osimhen is like a mixture between what Weghorst offers and what Marcus Rashford offers. Beautiful goal again. And what I also like about Osimhen is his ability to mercilessly punish teams for their mistakes. For example, here against Spezia, a game that Napoli won 3-0. Look at this. The ball is floating around in the box. The defenders and the goalkeeper are not decisive. Osimhen is here. Beautiful leap, beautiful jump. Goal for Napoli. Amazing. You make a mistake, I'm going to punish you. Again, against Sassuolo, where is Osimhen? He's actually all the way here because he's close to the center backs. We've seen that in the data. We've seen that in the numbers. That's where he likes to touch the ball. Sassuolo lose the ball in the middle of the park. And then Osimhen is, of course, available to receive the ball. And then ruthlessly, look at this. He's using his pace and then beautiful chipped finish over the goalkeeper. This actually, the fact that he stays next to the center back, it's also a very good defensive skill, but also it helps teams counterattack effectively. And Manchester United, we are very good at, counter-attacking, at winning the ball in the middle of the park. And then players like Casemiro, Fred, Bruno Fernandes, they're very good at getting the ball quick into the forward positions or into the wide areas. And so Osimhen's style, I think, fits perfectly with that. Let's see here. This was again against Frankfurt. So again, he's cutting the lanes between the center backs. He's not a headless chicken type of pressing forwards. He doesn't just press everywhere. He's smarter. He positions himself in a way that allows him to close off the passing lanes for the opposition. The ball goes wide into the left back. Now look what Osimhen is going to do over here. Look, he sees this player right here and he's like, okay, I need to cut the passing lane towards this player. So he makes the move, but this player is not the target. So Osimhen does not follow him. As you can see, he does not follow him. He stays wide. It's very important because the moment Napoli wins the ball back, as you can see here, poor control, that's an opportunity for Napoli. Beautiful tackle. Osimhen sees this, he's positioning himself. Kvaratskhelia gets the ball. Osimhen, beautiful sprint. Look at that. He's like a high-speed train. Moving into the wide area, dragging this player with him. Of course, Kvaratskhelia did not pass the ball. He went for a shot. But anyway, you get the point. That's how he plays. That's what he intends to do. And then here, this is another sequence that shows his defensive contribution and his ability also as an assist provider. Long through ball towards Osimhen. Again, he's going, targeting this left-sided center back, putting pressure over him. All he needs is a mistake. That was a mistake. Clear the ball into row Z. Don't take a risk with a player like Osimhen. The ball is here. Strong upper body strength, strong balance. He's able to keep the ball and then lays it off again to Kvaratskhelia. What a player, by the way, this guy is. I mean, we need to get Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia to Manchester United this summer. Lays it off to Spurs' forgotten man Ndombele, who of course squares it in. This really shows what a great player Victor Osimhen is. So what this data and video analysis reveals about Victor Osimhen is that he's a goal poacher, a fox in the box, a player who does like to get involved in the build-up play, but who likes to stay in and around the box where his off-the-ball movement and athleticism and ability to sniff out danger can be the difference maker and can maximize his goal scoring potential. So to answer the question that I asked earlier in the video, should we sign Victor Osimhen this summer? Well, it depends. It depends on many factors. But mainly, as I've shown with the data analysis, is that players like Victor Osimhen and Erling Haaland are actually reaping benefits from the systems they play in. Napoli, who are in fact in many ways the Manchester City of Italy, as well as Manchester City, are able to dominate their opposition. They play in their opposition's half. They smashed Juventus 5-1, right? They smashed Ajax 6-1, right? So they're playing top football. So most of the game is played in the opposition's half, and so they're able to put a lot of boxes in, a lot of balls in the box, where a player of the quality of Osimhen is able to put them away. Now, I'm not saying that Osimhen is only performing this way because of Luciano Spalletti's system. Of course, if you take a player like Weghorst and you put him right now at Napoli, he's definitely not scoring as many goals as Osimhen. Just let me make that clear. But what I'm saying is that if you take Osimhen, the way he's performing at Napoli right now, and you put him in Manchester United, if we are not able to create as many chances, then I don't think his impact at Manchester United is going to be as good. While we currently don't have a player like Victor Osimhen at Manchester United, we also don't have a player like Kvaratskhelia. As you've seen from the video footage, most of Osimhen's goals were actually assisted by Kvaratskhelia, right? Our best creator is Bruno Fernandes. But currently in this Manchester United team, I don't think that we have the players required to create as many chances as Napoli does. So it all depends on the plans that Erik Ten Hag has for next season. If through the transfer plans that we go through in the summer, the players that we bring through the door in the summer allow us, like a sweeper keeper, for example, a ball-playing sweeper keeper, a fast centre-back to replace Harry Maguire, one or two press-resistant technical midfielders, for example, and a creative winger, or the likes of Pellistri, Amad Diallo, or Garnacho. At least one or two of them emerge as exciting, creative wingers. Then I would say in that case, you add Victor Osimhen as that cherry on top, then yeah, he's going to score 25 to 35 goals a season, no question asked. But currently in this Manchester United team, I don't see where those opportunities are going to come from. We are not creating as many chances. Our strikers are not touching the ball as often in the box as Napoli's striker is. So I don't know whether his goal output is going to be as good. Now again, this is what came first, the egg or the chicken kind of situation, i.e., Anthony and Sancho and Garnacho, they are not able to create as many chances because we don't have a striker who makes or who moves the same way as Victor Osimhen. Could be that. Or maybe a player like Weghorst, for example, could have scored more if we had more creative player. So we don't know. The analysts at Manchester United, the coaching staff, and Erik Ten Hag are the ones who are going to be able to make a decision on this, right? Benny McCarthy definitely, as the attacking coach, definitely should have an input on this. But whatever decision is made this year, it's not going to be Ed Woodward overruling, the decision of the coaching staff. No, it's going to be John Murtho and Erik Ten Hag, football people actually making the decisions. So let's see what they have cooking for us. But Victor Osimhen is definitely a top player. I am just not sure whether he fits the system. So if next year we can have a system where he can thrive, then by all means get Victor Osimhen. Alright guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this Victor Osimhen tactical analysis video. If you did, you can check out my Harry Kane player analysis video, as well as my other Manchester United tactical analysis videos over here. Until next time, cheers.